Make sure you check out our online store where we work with our graphic designer to create stunning garment and product designs that feature a wide variety of aircraft types such as British fighters, World War II aircraft, American bombers, Russian fighters and much more. You can pick your favourite designs and personalise any items within our Redbubble store that range from clothing right the way through to stationery. All of our designs feature our logo so you can show your support for the channel while getting a quality product. You can head to our website aircrewinterview.tv and click store, or go to redbubble.com/people/AC interview. Thank you and enjoy. So Kim, did you ever fly at Red Flag?
Yes.
And can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I actually thinking about Red Flag was one of my first exercises, and I think I was trying to. Sorry, it's been a long time, but I remember I'll tell you the Red Flag experience that I remember was I got my mission commander upgrade at Red Flag,
Oh wow!
and yeah, well, that's like if you're gonna get a mission commander upgrade and you want a place to be like out there in
Perfect
front of
place.
everybody, again, hoping you don't screw it up, it's Red Flag. And I had an instructor with me, but Red Flag it's a huge exercise, and
It is,
there
yes.
are sometimes all the services, sometimes foreign aircraft are there as well. But it is a huge exercise with a lot of airplanes and a lot of people. And I got my mission commander upgrade there, which meant that I was responsible for leading leading a mission out on the Red Flag ranges. And this was an air interdiction mission where we were going in to hit targets, but then we also knew that we were supposed to plan for a combat search and rescue mission. So we knew that somebody would be simulated, shot down. And that was my responsibility to lead all the planning, all the preparation. So we get all the information the day before, a couple days before, and we're just planning with all the other leads for the different aircraft, different mission sets. And then we put the mission plan together, we brief it, we get critiqued on it, we get questions, and then we go fly it. And there is, I would say, in terms of the pressure I've faced, other than really in combat, like this was the highest pressure scenario of being on the spot, being in the lead, in charge of the entire Red Flag mission, knowing that everybody is watching and everybody's counting on you to make the right decisions, whether it's a Rolex, like people are late, you're trying to decide when to push across into enemy territory, if you will, out on the ranges. You're making just decisions for the entire mission package. And then you're also trying to fly your own mission. So while I'm doing this, I'm also leading a 4-ship of A-10s. We're down low. We're trying to avoid, I think it was Raptors at the time, that are out, looking for us, because there's red air out there that they're simulated enemy threats. And we're just, trying to fly down at 100 feet in the weeds, trying to avoid them to get to our target, not get shot at by the enemy surfaced air threats. And all while kind of listening what's going on with everybody else. Yeah. And then there's a simulated shoot down and trying to coordinate the combat search and rescue. I mean, it's massive. It was a lot of pressure.
It's giving me a headache just thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, it gives me a headache even looking back and also wondering how the hell did I do that? But that was not my first Red Flag experience, but I think my most memorable one was that mission. And I think probably even more pressure is the debrief at the end. I mean, the debrief at Red Flag is probably the biggest learning point, because everybody comes together and, you stop the tapes, you review the film, you look at people's shots, you look at where people made mistakes. It's a full experience, and getting my mission commander upgrade there was a lot of pressure, but to have that done and be like, all right, if I can do that, I can lead a mission package into combat as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And I actually haven't asked our guests on this, but the Red Flag debriefs, if it says oh, you made a mistake, is there any embarrassment there, or like, oh God, oh, I've made a mistake, or do you own it?
Well, I mean, coming from, somebody that's made plenty of mistakes in my life, right? Like you're always a little bit embarrassed, right? You're like,
Yeah.
well, you kind of get called out in front of everybody. But I think the focus and the mindset at that point is, all right, we made a mistake. Let's go back and look at why, right? We
Yeah.
own the mistake. We go, okay, what was the root cause? What if I did something wrong on that mission? If I made a mistake, let's say I missed the target. Well, let's go back and look at why. Was it something in the brief? Was it something that happened on the range? Was it intelligence that we just didn't have the right information? There's so many things that can contribute. So we really drilled down to what was the root cause, and then what lessons can we learn, right? What
Yeah.
are we going to do differently the next time? Because we can learn as many lessons as we want, but unless we do it differently the next
Yeah.
time, it
Of
doesn't
course.
really matter. So I think, the mindset going into that is you own the mistake, you figure out the root cause, you define the lessons learned, and then you decide what you're going to do differently on the next mission set. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think for anybody, I don't know, maybe I think, there's always a little bit of ego involved, right? The
Of
ego
course, yeah.
gets a little bruised when you make a
Yeah.
mistake, especially in a crowd like that with a bunch of fighter pilots. So.
And how did you integrate with like other nations? Did you find it easy, like even with the Brits or the Australians, whatever, who were there? Like, how did you find that?
I think, I've worked with so many different other nations throughout my time in the Air Force. It's just been, um, it's, I don't know, it's seamless a lot of the times just
Yeah.
because we have the same mindset in terms of what we're trying to do, trying to be better. There's certainly technology things that cause problems. Sometimes our systems and communications don't always talk. And that's why we work together at Red
Yeah.
Flag. So we figure that out before we go to combat. But I think about my time just either, at Red Flag, in Iraq and Afghanistan, and just, we've done this for a while. And so I think we're all really good at it. And the more we work together, the better we are. But yeah, it's always been such a great experience and a fun experience. And I think one of the things that was unique for me was being at Bagram Air Base, and
Mm.
you had other countries living there with you, and so it was really an opportunity to get to know people and on a more personal level. Which I think anytime you can do that and get to know people on a personal level, then it means that when you work together professionally, it turns out you're better at that too.
And I can imagine there was some great parties at Red Flag as well.
Yes, Red Flag, yes. Afghanistan, no. Uh, Although the Brits always seem to have better parties than us in Afghanistan. We had
Oh,
all these
really?
rules. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But Red Flag, yeah, of course. You work so hard, you push so hard, you're under a lot of stress, and we're pretty good at relieving stress too. We're pretty good at the Red Flag bar on a Friday night at Nellis. The club is a fun place. I mean, there's a lot of stories and lessons going on around the bar too.